Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest 8-second gaming, and one of the most talked about legends that needs an update to their kit is Crypto. But one major issue that I see when people offer up Crypto rework ideas is they're just either stupidly broken and would make Crypto very overpowered, or they wouldn't really do a whole lot to change his kit, and even some things are just straight up not viable. But PvPX may have actually just put the best change for him forward that would still make him a viable legend with a little bit more flexibility. So we're going to be breaking that all down. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what we're talking about. And just quickly guys, if you're looking to improve your Apex skills, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there we have top level coaches creating the best, most highly informative guides that are all site exclusive. We got legend guides, gun guides, VOD reviews, and much more. So if you're looking to take your Apex game to the next level, then click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, or I'll steal all the blankets in your house. But okay, jumping into things, first off we have to talk about Crypto's weaknesses, because Crypto is actually technically one of the strongest characters in the game when played perfectly and to his strengths. He has a lot of really good, useful items in his kit to play with, but he does have one major downfall, and that is his ultimate is tied directly to his tactical, and he's actually the only legend that has that. So if you're on your drone flying around trying to scout out some information, you are risking losing your biggest ability until the drone comes back, and that can cause a lot of issues for Crypto players. But with the idea that PvPX had, that won't be an issue anymore. With his proposed rework, Crypto EMP would become a non-destroyable, throwable device that does not do damage to enemies that are not in line of sight of it. However, there will be a small area in the center of the blast radius that will still damage through walls. And on top of that, it will still destroy devices through walls at any of the AoE range. Now with this, as long as the throwable distance is actually a pretty decent range, then it wouldn't really be a nerf, because it allows the other team to have some level of counterplay even without it being breakable, because as long as you're not close to the center, if you break LOS, you're not taking damage. And it also will not be tied to his drone, so in those smaller final circles you can still scout around with your drone and not have to worry about anything. If you're trying to get some last minute information before a final push, you can use your drone without a care in the world technically. If it gets destroyed, you still have your ultimate available to you. Now PvPX also did make a small list addressing some possible concerns with this. Now a couple of them I have already kind of talked about and addressed a little bit, but the other two still remain. So first off, can Crypto still be a viable bunker buster character with this rework? Gotta remember, Crypto's really good at setting up building pushes with his drone EMP stuff because it does break every device and you're able to place it. And yes, with the rework, the EMP will still break devices through walls, so something like a Watson fence or other stuff like that won't be an issue. And this also does tie into the second concern with the consistency of his ultimate. Now with this rework, you won't have to be on your Game Boy for the opening of the fight. This allows you to help your team a little bit more because as you're pushing up to the building, you can be shooting and helping them out. But you'll also be able to place the device exactly where you want it, because with this, there is no risk of it being destroyed. With the Crypto drone, you have to do a little bit of fancy flying to make sure that that EMP is not interrupted. If you're in a very bad spot with the Crypto drone and you start to pop that EMP and somebody shoots it, then you just wasted a huge ability and you also don't have your tactical. But that's why I think this rework is a fantastic idea, because it takes all of those issues out of Crypto's kit, but doesn't make him overpowered to the point where somebody would have to run Crypto on their team. Now there is also the concern of Crypto's EMP won't be damaging people through walls if they break LOS after a certain radius, because it is nice to open up a fight with 50 damage on every one of your opponents. However, I think a lot of people underestimate the power of displacement. If you throw this device and the enemy team starts to mad scramble to break LOS, then they're not focusing on you or your teammates and they're not really paying attention. That either gives you free chances to push up on them, take power positions, or even get a really good one clip off as somebody tries to run away. Just because an ability doesn't damage somebody doesn't mean it can't be useful. If you throw the device and a team scrambles away from each other, then they're broken apart and you can start to single out enemies, which makes the fight extremely easy to win. So I don't think losing the potential damage from it is that big of an issue. Now, there are also some concerns in terms of cooldowns and the area of effect of the center blast radius, but in all honesty, those shouldn't really be concerns because those are pretty easily balanced with just a little bit of playtime and testing. But in my opinion, I think that this could be the best crypto rework potentially, and it would even bring him into the eyes of more players, because this doesn't make him super overpowered to the point where people have to run crypto, but it also isn't just a useless rework like they did with Lifeline. You guys have to keep in mind that right now, Crypto is the least picked legend with a pick rate of 1.4% throughout the entire community. To put that in perspective, the most picked legend is Octane with a pick rate of 10.4%. It's kind of funny how little amount of people play Crypto, but with a good rework such as this one, we might see his pick rate skyrocket. Now, I do also want to address the people that are probably going to comment talking about the mobile version of Crypto. Why doesn't Respawn just do that? Well, you have to remember that those are two different dev teams. There's a different dev team for mobile and there's a different dev team at Respawn. And the dev team that makes the mobile version is balancing the game for mobile devices. There's a lot more limitations that the players have, so they have to kind of work around that. Stuff that would work for them wouldn't exactly work for console or PC, or would make it a little bit too overpowered, so they can't just copy and paste stuff. So that's why I don't think the mobile version of Crypto would actually work for the real game. But that's where I want to throw it out to you guys, the community. What do you think of this Crypto rework? I think you guys can already tell that I love it and would actually hope it comes into the game at some point, but I want to hear your opinion, so drop them in the comments down below. And with all this being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.